Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of the Iberian Series. Today we are pleased to present Zuzanne Harkawik. She's a HR business partner of Spain and Portugal, and she's currently located in Malaga. Hi Zuzanne, thanks for being here today. It's a pleasure to introduce you to this new episode and get to know you a little bit more. How are you?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Maria. I'm very glad to be with you. Thank you for having me. I am doing fine. Thank you very much. I hope you too.
Great, great. To start with this interview, I would like to know a little bit more about your personal background because you are from Poland and you had been living in Spain for the last years. So
5
could you
years already.
share? Yeah, 5 years. Thanks. I was wondering because I know you are from Poland, but can you explain us or tell us how did you end up living in Spain and working for Luxoft?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Maria. Well, I said that I have been living in Spain for 5 years now, but the truth is that I came to Spain for the first time 5 years ago for a language course, Spanish language course, for 4 weeks in the summer. Then I came back to Poland, but in 1 year after, I came back to Spain for good. However, in 2020, when the pandemic started, I went to Poland to visit my family. The flights have been cancelled, as you remember probably. So I stayed with my family for 2 more years. And then after 2 years, in September 22, I moved back to Spain again. So I say it has been 5 years because during the pandemic period, I have been visiting Malaga back and forth. For several months, I had this possibility with my previous company. So always when the flights were not cancelled, I was traveling to Malaga and staying here. So I counted as, 5 years. And regarding Luxoft, last year I decided to move back to Spain. But I knew I would need like a great professional opportunity, a company that would allow me to develop myself both professionally and personally. So I started looking for a job. I already knew that Luxoft Poland had like great reviews and, a really good reputation in Poland. So when I came across a job ad for Spanish legal entity, I decided to send my application. And a few days after I was contacted by recruiter from Luxoft, actually I was traveling through Europe. I was in Belgium that day, I think. So I was contacted by a Luxoft recruiter and invited for an interview. And a few days later, I had my first interview with Luxoft. And actually, it was with my future line manager. She's also Polish. And I remember we had a very pleasant conversation. And well, I'm now in Poland. I got the job. I moved back to Spain. And here I am being HRBP for Spain, Portugal, and the Netherlands, but working for Luxoft Spain.
Wow, that's such an interesting story. It's great that you found everything you were looking for here in Spain and with
Luxoft
Luxoft.
gave me this opportunity, to be back in Spain, but also having this great job that really allows me to grow every day and being among amazing people. So eternally grateful. Being HR partner is supporting the business, but also the employees. So making sure that our leaders have the necessary tools to develop the location, to being able to comply with the local laws, to being able to develop their employees, right? So I am supporting our leaders of choice, but also I am involved in things such as events preparation and planning. I have sessions with the employees. I am checking the mood of our employees and the statistics that help me to understand the situation and the areas of improvement. So there are so many things that HRBP is actually doing. And as I always say, the first year in Luxoft is like continuous learning because we have like a whole cycle of processes and so on. So definitely I am busy and I am learning every day and always happy to support both the employees and the business.
Yeah, I see that it's a very demanding role, but
oh yes,
as I can see, it's very nice
Rewarding.
and yeah, rewarding. That's the word to explain the feeling of doing what you love in a beautiful place like is Malaga. So,
Definitely.
what would you say was or are currently the biggest challenges you face in your position?
Mhm. So I think that the biggest challenge in general in HR is that every day is a new day. So you face new challenges, new situations, new problems, but also new happy moments. So I would say you are never bored. And you have to respond quickly and adapt quickly to the situation. You have to be creative, but at the same time, you have to align to the local laws and regulations. So it's not like you are, freelancer, you can do whatever you want. You have to stick to what's allowed by law as well. So as I said, you are never bored. You are growing every day. You have to think creatively, but also being responsible. So I think that's the biggest challenge, but also what is the most rewarding for me is that you in Luxoft, you work with so many different nationalities, so many different people from different backgrounds, different cultures. And that's exactly what I love the most about Luxoft. I have been always working in international environment, and I am being always motivated by that and inspired by other people. So that's exactly what I love in Luxoft and in HR. And also what helps me a lot in Luxoft, that from the very first day, I was introduced to a big team, international team from different locations, all great professionals, all amazing human beings. I can always count on them. And additionally, Luxoft provides me with great learning opportunities. They are open for suggestions, open for our creativity. They want people to have fun at work. So even though my role, I would say, is very demanding, very challenging, I have fun. I feel I'm growing. I feel I'm learning. So I couldn't be more happy at the moment in my professional journey.
That's fantastic to hear. So, how would you describe after saying all these beautiful things about the multiculturally and all the people from many backgrounds? How would do you describe lacks of culture beyond nationalities? What a candidate should expect once is part of the Luxoft family team?
Yes, I think that Luxoft is all about transparency, respect. I think we all care about our people, and we all try to treat fairly people as best as we can. Our leaders are interested in our development, but also they want to create this community that we are proud of being part of. Personally, I love that both my managers, they are very interested in my work-life balance, and I have with them both professional and personal relationship. So it's not only talking about the processes and the tasks I am being involved in, but also having this relationship of saying, hey, I'm not feeling well today, something is happening, right? So I feel that they trust me. I feel that I do trust them as well. So that's very supportive, because we all have better and worse days. And actually in Luxoft, we work remotely, so maybe it's not that easy for leaders to notice that something is happening with the employee. But thankfully, with my leaders, with my both managers, I have created this relationship of the mutual trust. And I think that Luxoft in general is exactly a culture of trust, of continuous feedback, of being rewarding, of recognition. We have some really great initiatives of recognizing our colleagues, recognizing the great work, the great attitude. So definitely, that this is a really positive working environment, even if challenging, even if pushing us, but still we have people we can count on, and we feel rewarded and we feel appreciated, and that's very important.
Great, great. Yeah, it's indeed a challenge. I can imagine to manage such a team, a big team, in two countries, in a multicultural environment, but being almost 100% remotely. So what do you think about, like, is it only the trust, or is it something else that managers or colleagues should put an effort to create a culture in a remote environment? What do you think?
I think that creating this sense of belonging and this sense of having this mutual trust is very, very important. It's crucial, actually, because also if you feel that you are being trusted, you are more relaxed and so on. But also, I think that staying in touch is the most important. So even though we are working remotely, we have tools to stay in touch. In Luxoft, we have Luxtalks, which is a tool we have in our systems for the managers to easily schedule regular meetings with their employees, right? We have this culture of having staying in touch with our employees. For example, in Spain and Portugal, in any country actually, we have HR Connect sessions every month. We present what's happening, what is important in the location, but also in the region. But also we give the employees the space to share their thoughts, to ask questions. I am in close contact with the leaders. I remind them, please stay in touch with your employees. And of course, in Spain and Portugal, we are working 100% remotely, but in other locations, it can be a hybrid mode, but it doesn't mean the days people spend at home, they are forgotten. You should still, keep in touch, having regular one-to-one meetings, having team meetings, and then you build this trust, you build this relationship. And, actually, many people nowadays, they want to work from home, but we always want to have this sense of belonging. So really, the staying in touch is crucial part, having trust, having relationship, asking, how are you doing? What are your plans for the weekend? That's important, not only speaking about business, that's important, but our employees are also not only employees, they are people, they have their life, they have their families, friends, and important things happening in their life.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's talking to each other is as important as also for the mental health. One thing about Luxoft wellness is, correct me if I'm wrong, but there are many projects within the company about mental health that I think is a very important topic as well for HR. I don't know if you have any project you would like to promote or to mention about mental health.
Yes. And actually, this topic is very close to also my experience. I have been dealing with anxiety disorder for some time already, but it's something that can be worked on. It's something that can be improved with help of a specialist. So in Luxoft, in all the countries, we have AIP, so Employee Assistance Program. So we are granted free consultations a year, but also unlimited access to a conversation through phone with a specialist. So we have this service 24 hours, 7 days a week. So if we have any problem, but not only us, if our family members have any problem, they can also reach out to AIP. We also always share link with our employees. Today I had HR Connect session for Portugal, and we also reminded that we have this tool, we have this professional help. We understand that, nowadays, a lot of people are dealing with mental health, but still there are so taboos, and still we think that it's not equally important as physical health, which is not true. So this is the one thing. And apart from that, for example, I can say in Spain, we have our private health insurance, and we have 20 sessions with a psychologist a year. And we also have like application unlimited contact with the psychologist. So it's also something that we remind to our employees, because we really care about both physical and mental health of our colleagues.
Yes, that is so great to mention and to hear, because it's indeed a very important topic, and
it's the
that
most important.
it shouldn't be a taboo. Like, our head is part of the body, isn't it?
Exactly,
So
exactly. And you know, when your head is not working, your body is not working either. So
yeah.
that's very important to take care of yourself. Speak to also to your HR specialist. You know, we are 100%, it's confidential. If an employee reaches out and he says, I have some problems, I have depression, I have anxiety, then of course it's confidential, it's between us, and I will do the best possible to find a solution, to find a support the employee needs.
Yeah, and there is always a solution. Maybe sometimes people feel a little bit isolated working from home, and they feel like there is a world around that problem or that special thing that they are dealing with, and they think that maybe that's it. It's like the world is ending, and you open the door of your house, or you go outside, you talk to a colleague, you go to a meeting with colleagues outside work, and you realize that is nothing in compare of I mean, it's not such a big deal, and that it has a solution. What is important,
Yes,
it has a solution, and you have the support of the company, which is very, very
definitely.
important these days. So
And we
yeah,
also in
great to
Luxoft,
hear.
we have initiatives related to these topics as well. We had mental health days. We are having now in June every Tuesday and Friday. Tuesday and Thursday. We have sessions of yoga every
Mhm.
Tuesday, every Thursday. We have 1 hour of yoga, different aspects of yoga, mental health. So we really do care about it. And I remember still in my HR team, we had once a challenge. So our HR director, she invited us to go for a walk during the lunch break,
Yeah.
disconnect, in stressful and difficult times. That's very important. And then we shared the pictures on the group, of us walking during lunch break in different parts of Europe. So we had pictures from the UK, from Switzerland, Spain, Portugal. So it's amazing, really. And that these are, the small things really all of us can do. All of us can take this
Hmm.
initiative of proposing and improving our mental health, improving our stress resistance.
Yeah, totally, totally. So, thank you very much, Suzanne, for your time, for
Thank you,
this
Maria.
wonderful conversation. And I hope, well, I will see you soon for sure, but I hope
Thank you.
the audience enjoyed as much as we did. And stay tuned for the next episodes. Thanks.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Bye bye.